Hello, everybody, and welcome to WWE Universe episode 43. And the day is upon us where we can finally talk about the biggest event in WWE history, WrestleMania 31. Oh my goodness, what an amazing event it was! It's just wow. It literally took me by surprise. Some of the amazing things that happened, and I actually had the chance not only to watch WrestleMania 31, but also had a chance to watch the red carpet and the actual Hall of Fame on Saturday night, which was really nice to see. Really enjoyed it. It's just powerful. Um, but yeah, so basically the event. So we might as well go through the event as it was. Basically, we had a kickoff show where we would have a 2-hour show. Obviously, the second hour was when all the matches take place, where WWE Tag Team Champions Tyson Kidd and Cesaro would take on Los Morales, The New Day, which is Big E and Kofi Kingston, and of course Jimmy and Jay the Usos. Obviously, Jay got hurt during the match, so he had to be sent back. So it was Jimmy Uso who had to try and compete for his team. But obviously, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro won the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match, and they are still the Tag Team Champions. So congratulations, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, for winning the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship in the kickoff. And then we had another kickoff match, which was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and probably one of the biggest moments of that match. Mizdow finally upstaged The Miz and finally chucks The Miz and throws The Miz and shows him what kind of disrespect The Miz has been giving him over the last few weeks. It's about time Mizdow stands up to The Miz, and he did that in the Battle Royal, and he is now stood up to him. And obviously, this is what led to the Big Show winning the second annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He was the favorite to win last year, and he was also a favorite to win this year as well. And funny enough, the Big Show now is the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I was quite surprised myself that the Big Show won, but I'm afraid, if the WWE are going for Big Show, they're going for the Big Show. Big deal. But then of course we go to the main show itself. Aloe Black sings "American the Beautiful." Obviously, I'm not really bothered in that. I'm really not bothered in the whole music stuff. If people are interested, you can see the pictures for yourselves. And then of course we kicked off and then we have this really cool opening video featuring LL Cool J, who talks about the revolution of media, from the radio to the television to computers to the internet and beyond. It's just really, really, really good opening for WrestleMania 31, and I really enjoyed it. Fantastic stuff. And then we kicked off the WrestleMania event with the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, which was won by none other than the Yes Movement. Yes, Daniel Bryan kicks off WrestleMania exactly where he left off at WrestleMania with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But this year, he wins the Intercontinental title, which means he is now the fourth person in history to be the Grand Slam winner, which is great news for Daniel Bryan fans. And then, of course, we have, following the Intercontinental title match, we would have Randy Orton defeat Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match. Nice to see Randy Orton finally getting some revenge against Mr. Money in the Bank himself, Seth Rollins. So big up for Randy Orton. And then this match obviously led to the big Triple H versus Sting match. Obviously, Sting entered with some Japan drummers, which I think that's how you describe his entrance. I think you could say. And then, of course, we have Triple H entering as the Terminator to represent Terminator Genesis, which comes out in cinemas July the 1st. Make sure you check that out if you're a fan of Terminator. And speaking of Terminator, the guy himself actually got inducted into the Hall of Fame this past weekend, which was nice to see. But probably the most shocking bit about Triple H and Sting match was when you had D-Generation X versus the NWO. With the NWO, obviously Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall versus DX with the New Age Outlaws, X-Pac and Shawn Michaels, all coming down to the aid of Triple H, which I have to say there was a bit of a surprise. Perhaps we could be looking at another Monday Night Wars, perhaps maybe WWE versus WCW angle. You never know, it's possible. But obviously at the end, but the shocking bit obviously was when Triple H defeats Sting at WrestleMania using the sledgehammer. Shocking, really, but still. And then this led to Triple H shaking Sting's hand after the match. Shows a little bit of respect for Sting, but the question is, what's next for Sting? Hopefully, we'll find out tonight on Raw where Sting goes from here. And then, of course, after that, we would have the WWE Hall of Fame 2015 inductees coming out, showing their representing themselves for the Hall of Fame. Nice to see. And then following that, we had AJ and Paige versus the Bella Twins, which obviously AJ and Paige get the job done against the Bellas. It was nice to see. Very, very happy with the results of the Divas match. They certainly brought something new to the table, and I hope give the Divas a chance. We'll continue to go, and hopefully WWE will continue to improve the Divas division in the coming months. So big up for WWE on that one. And then, of course, we would go to our United States Championship match, Rusev versus John Cena. Rusev enters with the Russian soldiers' army entrance, which was nice to see. Lana was in his corner again. There was a lot of talk between those two behind the scenes because of Lana trying to show her compassion during that incident where Cena made Rusev pass out through the Attitude Adjust. I mean the STF, sorry. And then obviously the most shocking moment of this match, I would have to say, was when Rusev literally took out Lana, and she basically had a foot injury during that moment. And it was because of that, John Cena was able to win the United States title, beat Rusev for the first time in WWE. Someone actually beats Rusev by pinfall to win the US title. And that means Cena can now finally say they have a US champion to be proud of, which is brilliant. So there you go. Daniel Bryan, the Intercontinental Champion. John Cena, the new US champion. So maybe a SummerSlam match between the two. We'll have to wait and see. And then we had a bit of a confrontation where the Authority announced the attendance for the WrestleMania 31, but at the same time, they were trash talking to The Rock. Stephanie slapped The Rock, and then he was accompanied by the UFC Women's Champion Ronald Rusley, who I think her name is Renee Rusley. I don't know if I pronounced her name right, but she basically accompanied The Rock, and they kicked the Authority's ass. And it was a brilliant moment when she tried to break Stephanie's arm. That UFC Women's Champion, The Rock beating up Triple H. Perhaps we could be seeing a rivalry between Triple H and The Rock. Who knows, depending on what the Authority will have to say about that following tonight on Raw. But we'll see. And then, of course, this leads into the highlights of WrestleMania week, where we get to see some highlights of the WrestleMania weekend, which was nice to see. Some of the sight and sounds in California of WrestleMania 31 weekend, fan access, the breeding challenge, the Hall of Fame, and TV interviews and stuff. It's just brilliant to see it. Superstar for Hope, etc. And then we have the Undertaker make his return. Yes, the Phenom makes his return to the WWE to take on Bray Wyatt in a match. And obviously, The Undertaker is now 22-1. I cannot believe it. Undertaker finally comes back as the big evil. And the question is, will The Undertaker be on Raw for the possible Undertaker versus Sting match build up for WrestleMania 32? Or is he going to be on Raw for something else? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll see The Undertaker tonight on Raw, and hopefully he'll give us his answers. Maybe a retirement. Who knows? I don't know. We have to wait and see. And then, of course, we would have the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns match. Now, this is the match that really put shockwaves through the WWE universe because obviously Brock Lesnar was bleeding during the match. Roman Reigns suffered a lot of suplexes and F5s during the match. Roman Reigns literally speared the hell out of Lesnar, and then Seth Rollins comes down, cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase, pins Roman Reigns, and what happens? Seth Rollins leaves WrestleMania 31 as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, being the very first superstar to ever cash in Money in the Bank at a WrestleMania. Now that is huge in WWE, because nobody has done that before, and Seth Rollins is the very first man to do that. So that means we can pretty much say Seth Rollins' time is now, we could say, because he's now the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, which means what happens to tonight on Raw? Are we going to see a triple threat Extreme Rules between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar? Because obviously Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns will be after Seth Rollins tonight after what happened in the main event where Seth Rollins stole the title away from both. Lesnar will certainly be turning face after this. I have no doubt about that. It's absolutely incredible. So, yeah. My rating for WrestleMania 31, I'm going to say 9 out of 8. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's a really good score for this WrestleMania. Really, really exciting atmosphere. And, so many things happening at once. My goodness, WrestleMania. I don't know how you can keep up with this WrestleMania, because this WrestleMania really put shockwaves to WWE attendances, and it will certainly play in the minds of many WWE superstars. And I think Extreme Rules will play in the mind with a lot of WWE fans. So all I'm saying, guys, get yourselves ready. Extreme Rules is just around the corner. And the question is, who will be challenging for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Is Seth Rollins going to meet 2 people, or is he going to meet 1 person? We will hopefully find out tonight on Raw as we build up to 4 weeks until Extreme Rules. Okay, guys, that's basically it for my talk. If you want to see WrestleMania 31, then make sure to subscribe to the WWE Network. It's definitely worth subscribing to check out some of the highlights of WrestleMania 31 as well as the Hall of Fame. And until then, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you all next time for the WWE Universe. So stay tuned.